The G20Y is very honored to receive and to welcome its first member of the FSB that we have received in the last years, Dr. Kawai, the Secretary General of the International Association of Insurance Supervisors.
So good afternoon, everybody. And Jean-Luc, thank you. And also James Urego, thank you for your presentation. Today, 8 o'clock in the morning, Saturday, 8 o'clock, very selected members. We have a very intensive discussion. It's not a number, but its quality of discussion was very high. And then we turned to more insurance-specific discussion after 9. So just to make clear 2 points, I want to stress. First of all, as a member of FSB, more financial sector in general, in the context of James and Gregor's presentation, global regulation issue, I want to point out one thing. And second part is more insurance specific, particularly in the context of fintech. G20 leaders, of course, as an FSB, we have a direct report to G20, and the G20 for last several years, their focus was how we avoid this crisis again. Too big to fail issue is the main focus for last several years. 2008, some of you might remember, many of you do not remember, and the world is gradually sort of fading the memory of what happened. 2008, what happened is Lehman failed, and Lehman is a single financial institution, not the biggest one. It's a big one, and it failed, and it's a huge negative impact not only US but globally. 2009 economic growth was very, very bad because of Lehman's trigger, the economic downturn around the world. We should not forget. We should not repeat the same thing again. That's a very close heart of my mind and the G20 leaders, as well as our FSB members. Of course, now agenda is gradually shift to growth, how Europe should grow, how the world have to grow. But our regulators' mind is still quite clear. Never again these kind of crises. And I'm convinced if regulators, government did not step in, for example, AIG's crisis and foreign banking crisis, if the government did not step in, we are far worse than the Great Depression. What is going on here is that now we have a huge benefit of global economy, not only financial area, but also around the world. And thanks to your business, multinational operation, companies help huge benefit of consumers and industry. But we should not forget this huge benefit is attached with huge risk. We call it fragility. One part of the world failed. That automatically, simultaneously spread around the world. Lehman is a financial crisis, good example. One failure spread around the world and create a mess. So our focus is still how do we improve this financial system and not have a huge negative impact on the economy. Of course, more capital is important. People do not like it. Banking hate it. But we still think that sufficient buffer of capital is fundamentally important, not only banking sector, but insurance and other financial sectors. Lehman's lesson learned is once Lehman failed, nobody knows how to resolve that company. Do you know that now, for example, big financial institution failed? Do we have strong, solid system to resolve those companies without government funding and without losing key function of operation? We did huge effort for last few years, and now so-called systemically important banks and the insurance companies prepare so-called recovery resolution plan. So we have a halfway through. The world is better than before, but key challenge here, or key question here, if really that banks or insurance company fail, this plan is really implementable or it's really works. Nobody knows, because what will happen is still we are living in the nation state. Each countries, they have accountable to their policy masters or parliament. They don't care neighboring countries if they don't impact on our citizens. So we are still living the nation state, and this recovery plan, which is a globally accepted recovery plan, we are not totally sure this will work in a globally living still in the nation state. And as we discussed 8 o'clock morning, in the past when we see the record, Bretton Woods, 1973, that create Basel Committee and the IOSCO and the IIS. Asian crisis create financial stability forum. Big crisis 2008 create financial stability board. And when we see this history, crisis create stronger international financial coordination. And also one important observation is the size of crisis is bigger. Every 10 years, 20 years, price comes. It's like an earthquake. We are sure that crisis will come, and we are sure the size of crisis is bigger. So our current financial global architecture is sufficient enough. I'm not totally convinced. We are much better than before, but we are ready to cope with a bigger one in the coming years. We are not sure. So growth is an important political agenda of G20, but I'm still think that financial stability, safe financial system is critically important in coming years. Few words for fintech. This is a new issue, and we discussed this after a morning session with insurance expert. My conclusion of this discussion is, first of all, and I should be provocative, insurance and banking sector is there's huge room for improvement, efficiency and operation. Second, fintech challenge banking and insurance, their operation and efficiency. And third, insurance regulation, banking regulation should cope with new reality in the system. Insurance, I think that banking is the same. You know, if you pay 10, how much is the real value of 10? Otherwise, how much cost you pay? 10 out of 3 is a cost of distributor and the cost of creating some insurance policy. It's a huge cost. 30% is cost. Such industry is very, very exceptional. Maybe not existing anymore except insurance. Fintech challenge this business model, and now incumbent big companies is ready to challenge. And regulation have to cope with this challenge soon in the future. Maybe it can be okay for some business model to be adjusted in the existing insurance regulation or financial regulation. But I expect that in the future, if they move on crowding funding or new model of banking or insurance or financial service, current regulation will not work anymore. So it's a challenge for you to create new opportunity through the fintech in a very positive manner, but also a challenge for regulators how to cope with new business model in the future. This is a very bright side of industry, and I really hope that we can work together with you, industry, and also with us, regulators, and to find a good solution. Thank you.